Doing good, doing good. Can't complain.
That's great. That's great.
Thank you for making the time, man.
Thank you for offering me the platform.
Absolutely, man. So what we do here at Mastermind Media, it's a little bit different. We do like average podcasts, right? It's normal as far as that goes. We also have a community where we stream these two. So we have a few questions prepared for you if you would take the time. Um, with the first question, though, we have what's it like having a debut in such a big event such as Riyadh?
Um, I'm focusing on my fight, and that's the main focus. So at the end, it's just like every time before, a man versus another man in a cage. But putting that by side and looking at the bonuses we have, the fight card where I'm on, it's spectacular, and I'm feeling very honored to be on such fight card.
Awesome, awesome. Another question I had, has it hit you yet, like with the UFC contract and everything? Like, man, I am a fighter now. Like, I've done it. I am in here. Let's go.
That's a very good question because after the contender series, I knew I have the contract, but it doesn't felt like that. It was like, okay, I'm a UFC fighter. It was years ago, and all the time I watched the UFC, and it was something mm, so hard to grab, so hard to imagine to be there, to be a part of it. And just 2 weeks ago, there was the moment where I felt it. I was like, okay, now we have 5, 6 weeks, and I'm gonna get my UFC gloves on, all the trainings, suits, and everything. So I felt it, and it feels amazing. It feels amazing.
Awesome. Is it
Can't
everything you ever
imagine.
thought it would be? Like, is it living up to the expectations?
Not yet. I think it's gonna be in the moment where I get my gloves and everything.
Awesome, awesome.
Who is your favorite featherweight that you would want to train with, and who is a featherweight you were hoping to match up against one day?
hmm I mean, I would like to train with some of the featherweights, some of the legends like Volkanovski, Holloway, but I think the if I can choose, it's gonna be Ilya Topuria. He's on the rise. He's so intelligent. He's so good. He's a master at what doing with 27 years. That's crazy. He fought Max Holloway was on stick to the into the game plan until the last moment. And if you stick to your game plan, it's gonna work. And he showed that. And I have no idea who I want to match up in the future. I'm just looking to Lucas Alexander now for upcoming fight to perform there and to let my name grow.
Awesome. Also, with Tom Nolan, I know this is kind of a controversial subject, but from Tom Nolan still being in the UFC, even though he's a weight division up, is this something that we could see in the future as a possible rematch, or is that something that's just going to stay in the contender series?
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe it's gonna happen someday, but I don't feel that I need it. I got knocked out, and it was a big lesson for me. I learned from it, and I'm more that I am looking for a for a rematch. I'm thankful that that happened this way, and I got to grow, and now I'm even more dangerous and prepared for where I am.
Awesome.
What is it like winning the Contender Series? What are the feelings that kind of came to you immediately?
I was uh, unexplainable happy. That was a great moment, and I knew that all the work I did in the past 15 years now it got repaid with the UFC contract. I'm still at the beginning. I'm at my debut fight now. There is a long way to go, but I'm here, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah, getting that contract, man, just getting your foot in the door.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely. You've made it a statement that you want to represent Austria and Romania. How has that gone? Are the comments pretty positive on both sides?
There are some comments that are not that positive from the Romanian side because I don't represent Romania as the flag. But I grew up in Austria. I learned my first jab here in Austria. I was in Romania just for holiday. Of okay, my blood is Romanian, but that wouldn't be correct to don't represent Austria. I learned everything here, so I'm gonna represent Austria till the end. My team, the Edelbros Champions Gym, I started there, learned everything from the beginning, and I'm gonna be with them hopefully till the end. And at the weigh-ins, I'm gonna have both flags, Romania and Austria together.
Awesome.
Awesome. Who is your biggest inspiration in the UFC? Like, who do you look up to? Like somebody that you can follow everything they do that you just love in the UFC.
And that's a great question. Yeah, you guys have very good questions. I like that. Uh, yeah, that's also a complicated one because that includes everything. That includes his fighting style, his lifestyle, how he behaves like a human being. Uh, that's hard. I don't have an answer for that. I have to think about this, but I now I would have to choose some fighters. I saw that Michael Chandler is doing a lot of charity. He adopted some children from Africa, and I think that's very beautiful. Um, when we talk about how you are as a human being, I like that, and I think that represents me also. And when we talk about fighting style, but the fighting, it's John Jones, 100%. He
Awesome.
uses every weapon, elbows, knees, uh, oblique kicks, 12 to 6 elbows. Now we can use it. So
Yeah.
that's my answer.
Awesome. Awesome.
What does it mean to you to just be a fighter and to carry that?
It's a big responsibility also, because there are a lot of young guys, especially now that I reached the highest of the highest for me now to get into the UFC, and the young guys are looking up to me, so I have to be a role model. I want to be a positive one. I don't want to be a bad example. Of course, everybody uh, he chooses what he's doing with his life, but I think in a position like that, especially when I'm gonna get a lot of followers, there are gonna be a lot of young people that are gonna want to follow my steps. And as I said, this responsibility is something big, and I want to treat it with honor and respect.
Awesome. Going back to some of like the fighting talk, what do you think about the losses? Are they simply like demoralizing, or are they means for improvement? Like where do you take in that aspect of a loss?
They are mean for improvement, 100%. It really depends how you lose. When uh, if you get knocked out like I got with Tom Nolan that I in the first minute, and we didn't get to fight. We can say it like that. Okay, that's just for the learning, for the mental part. But if you get, for example, if you get dominated for 3 rounds, then you see that your level is not enough. That's much harder because you can't improve your stand up, your grappling, your wrestling fast if you already trained for 15 years like I'm doing now. For example, if I'm gonna be dominated in the on February 1st by Lucas Alexander and clinching, standing in the ground, that's gonna be something bigger than a lesson. Maybe that's gonna be just a sign that I don't belong here. If I get knocked out, doesn't matter. Lucky punch or good prepared punch can happen. So, but at the end, I see it as a as a lesson or more.
Awesome.
Sure. Which of your 16 fights that you've had thus far, which one would you say has been the most difficult? And how about the most rewarding as well?
The most rewarding one is the fight with Michael Eswell, where I got the UFC contract, and it was also a very difficult fight when we talk about mindset, because he was such a hard hard guy to fight. He always comes forward. He never stops to punch you, and that was really hard. He catched me in the third round with a liver hook, and there my body said, "Okay, Bogdi, okay, go down. Fuck this." But I told myself, no, he's not gonna take my chance to get the contract now. We have 2 minutes left, and I had to push. I have I learned more about myself, about my mind. Um, this fight was of all of them the most difficult one and the one which rewarded me the most.
Awesome. So what is your kind of goal, like your routine to go into a fight? Like, do you have any special kind of routines that you do?
Um, yes, I have some kind of a ritual. Um, you can imagine something like Powhatan does, and some mm, deep with using the energies that we are surrounded of, and that's a part of it. Yes, a big part of it. I believe in those things. Of course, if you have to train 100 100% of your of how you should. You have to eat right, you have to sleep right, you have to do everything how a professional athlete should do. But then there is a little more maybe that you can use for your advantage, and that's what I'm doing.
Awesome. Nice.
So, with all this being said, what should we, as fans, what can we expect from you in the year 2025? And um, what's in the future? What's the future hold for us here?
I mean, the near future gonna be on February 1st, my debut against Lucas Alexander, and there you can expect a war. There is not gonna be tactics and waiting. No, there's gonna be war. War, maybe it's not the correct word because war is much more. I'm gonna replace it. There's gonna be a dog fight, and after I'm gonna win this fight in a spectacular fashion, there are gonna be 2 more fights. I hope so. Maybe 3. I'm gonna fight as much as possible, and in a perfect world, I'm gonna climb up to knock the door of the rankings in the next year.
Awesome.
Well, man, if Josh doesn't have any other questions, that's really all we got for you. So at this part of the segment, we would like to offer you the opportunity to advertise any of your social medias. Where can our fans find you? Yeah, all that, man.
Thank you very much. So my social media, my Instagram account is named Bogdan Grad, is my name, Bogdan Grad MMA. You can find me there, and also on X, Twitter, the old Twitter, or Facebook. And on this way, I want to say thank you to my team, to champions, Jim Graz, to the Ethel brothers, and to everybody who is on my side. And also to you guys for offering me the platform and for being such a professional team with such good questions. I really liked it.
Absolutely, man.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for the compliment. But with that being said, that's really all we got for you today. Thank you so much for your time, brother.
Thank you too. Appreciate it, bro.
Absolutely.